What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Hunna. I'm here with TampaMystic, checking in at the industry's most wanted podcast.
Every time I walk up, see my haters watch us. Life is for the mocking no. Say why the fuck they hating on me so hard? Probably cause I ain't cap, ain't a facade. Ain't trapped in the meter, so I thought fuck yeah, might as well gon' hop back in my go yard. Ain't no regular trip, on no regular whip. If you see around me, she no regular chick. These ain't no regular kicks in my conversations, ain't no regular shit.
Hey, what's going on, man? It's your girl, TampaMystic, and we are live on the industry's most wanted podcast. Boom! I heard we got my girl all the way from VA, Hunna, in the building. What's up, my love?
What's up? I'm doing amazing.
Yes, I know that's right. Thank you for being here.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
Y'all, she is a whole vibe. She's beautiful. She's got good energy. She's got good music. Just want to give you your flowers real quick.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Go ahead and give us that official introduction.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Hunna, and I'm here from Richmond, Virginia on the industry's most wanted podcast, tapping in with Tampa.
Yes, ma'am. Well, again, thank you for being here. We got to let people know about your journey. That's so important.
Yes.
Most definitely. So let's take it back. Before you started doing music, when you were a little girl, did you aspire to do anything different?
Well, actually, when I was younger, I started singing in the choir at church.
Okay.
But I was in like plays. I've been in movies. I was in Step Up. I was a ballerina. I was in Water Wars with Tom Cruise.
What? I didn't know any of that. That's why we talking. Yes, ma'am. Okay.
Yes. So then when I was in like 10th grade, I had started voice lessons.
Yeah.
And I was singing, and my vocal coach, he was writing all of my music for me. But, when you sing and rap, you have to have emotion behind it. And I couldn't provide the emotion needed in those songs because it wasn't my experience.
Understood.
Imagine I was only probably like 15 years old. Like, we were singing about love and stuff.
Yeah. It's like at that age, you don't know about, you love your parents and stuff, but you don't, that kind of love, like that man sitting over there, that type of love.
Like now I could probably sing my heart out to them songs.
You should. Why? Hey, I think you should.
But look, I do sing. I sing and I rap, but I feel like I'm not going to put myself in a box.
Absolutely not.
So I know some people say, oh, you should just do this or you should just do that.
No, you shouldn't.
No.
Do it all.
Yeah, I feel like if God gave me multiple gifts, then I need to use.
Yes, absolutely. So let's take it back. You said you were a ballerina?
Yes, I did ballet. I did tap. I did hip hop. I did
For
all
how long?
of it. Well, probably till elementary school. During elementary school, definitely. But like my parents kept me active. I played basketball year round, so it had to be like elementary school. So 6th grade, I started playing basketball year round. I did play in school. Then I played AAU all the way up till I was in 12th grade. And then I went to college after I graduated in 2016. And I had stopped doing music. I had dropped an EP called Love Letters in 2015. And then I had stopped doing music because some things had happened. And I told my mama, like, I'm never doing music again. Like, she wanted me to do music so bad. And I was like, no, I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
Never doing it ever again. And so then I went to college, and I graduated in 2020 during the pandemic. When the pandemic first hit, I graduated in May of 2020, and I couldn't walk across the stage or any of that. So after I graduated, I was like looking for jobs because I was working up in Northern Virginia. I went to George Mason. I was working in Northern Virginia, and I had got furloughed because, of course, COVID, they had to shut down all of the stores and stuff. So I was looking for a job, and I was getting like interviews, phone interviews, Zoom interviews.
Yeah.
It was like some stuff in Richmond, some stuff remote, and I was getting nothing.
Man.
Mind you, I graduated. I have a major in communication with a concentration in public relations and a double minor in business and criminology. So I'm like, I done did everything that I'm supposed to do. So why can't I get a job?
So frustrating.
Literally. And I feel like that was God telling me, like, this, you have more to offer. And that's when I got back into music. I wrote my first song myself. And when I wrote that first song, I was like, this is what I'm doing.
Man, Absolutely. I'm a big, huge believer that God will intervene in certain situations because that's not what he had intended for you.
Yes. My plan was not his plan.
No, absolutely. But would you say going to school for those years still is helping you where you're at musically?
Definitely. Like, literally, I say this all the time. I've been prepped for this my whole life.
Yeah.
Like, since I was a child, literally been prepped. And without my knowledge. And I feel like when I got back into music in 2020, that's when everything for me started clicking in my head. Like, wow, like when I was in middle school, I taught myself how to do my own makeup, so I know how to do that.
Yeah.
I've been in front of the camera, so I know how to speak and know how to act. Media training.
Yes.
You know, I took things that I learned from my vocal coach back in 2015, and I use it now when I go into the studio. So like things like I already know I like to record in the dark because I liked that back then.
Okay.
So little stuff like that, I feel like throughout my life, it helped me to be where I am right now.
Yeah.
Like everything came around full circle, and of course I'm still being prepared. I'm not, perfect. I'm learning every day.
Of course.
So I just thank God for taking me through each step. Things that I felt like was like, I don't want to do this. Why am I doing this?
Right.
Why are my parents making me do this? I want to go out with my friends. Like,
yeah.
I'm glad that they did the things that they did, and yeah, I'm gonna leave it there.
No, absolutely. And I'm a big advocate of parents getting their kids involved in stuff. And like you said, at first you may be totally against it. Mm-hmm. No, I don't want to do that. But later on, you thank them like, you know what, I understand now why it is that they did that. And you also understand, those things that you did, how they helped you where you're at today.
Literally.
So you said earlier on you were in a couple films when you were younger.
Yeah.
Tell us about that experience.
So I had an agent. I had an audition to be, for her to be my agent, for her to set me. I had to audition, and she automatically picked me. I think I was probably like five or six or something like that.
Wow.
And she automatically was like, no. I went into a room with a bunch of kids, and she automatically said, I need you.
Really?
Yeah. So I had an agent, and she would like give me gigs. I would have my mama would take me out of school, and we would travel to like Pennsylvania or Maryland or wherever the interviews were, or the auditions were, not the interviews, the auditions were. And I would audition for a lot of things, get some stuff, not get some stuff, how it is. But in the end of the day, I'm glad I had those experiences.
100%.
A lot of people didn't. Like,
no.
When I was in elementary school, they had did a write up of me in the school newspaper.
Really?
Yeah, when I was in Step
You're
Up.
like, look at me.
Everybody's talking about, oh, you're so famous. I'm like, no, not famous.
But from the outside looking in as a child, that's what it looked like.
Yeah.
That's dope. Did you enjoy those experiences being in those films?
Yes. I was actually, my scene was cut out of Waterworld. But I still got paid. But
hey, there you go.
Yeah, but it was like, long nights, super long nights and stuff like that, waiting to film because you'll have a time schedule, but everything when you're in that type of industry, it's not gonna follow exactly on the time schedule.
Nothing ever does.
Yeah, it doesn't work like that. Like people, and it's so crazy because we talk about this now. Like even when I'm shooting my videos, I'm like super hands-on with everything that has to do with me. If I'm doing it, I came up with it. If I'm wearing it, I put it together.
There you go.
If like literally the concepts on my videos, I come up with everything on my own.
You write the treatments for them.
Yes, I do all of that. And like people, I'll have people to come be in the videos and help out. Like I'll have like some car guys and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Before, and everybody will be expecting. I'll say like you can come around 8, and they're expecting to start right at 8:00 on the dot. And I'm like, I have like did like 3 scenes. I'm changing wigs and everything. So it's not like I could just throw on some clothes and hop outside.
No, absolutely.
Like when you're a female, you have to do above and beyond of what the guys do.
Absolutely, as a female artist, because the hair's got to be right, the makeup's got to be right, the nails, like you said, got to be right, the right shoes, the right outfit.
And shout out
a lot of men don't understand that. Why does it take them so long to get ready? Because we got 100 things to do.
Exactly. And shout out to my family. My family is like my team. They are always on point, and like they make the day as less stressful as like they can for me. Like whether it's popping off my nails and then putting them on, like little stuff like that. Like I don't take anything for granted. anything. 'Cause I'm blessed.
Yeah, I love the fact that you're so hands-on as well.
Yes.
Because you fall in love with the process and appreciate it more when you're hands-on.
Yes. And then seeing the finished product is like.
Yeah, like I came up with that.
Exactly.
You know, that was my idea. Would you ever consider doing that for other people? Because oftentimes people pay people to write treatments and stuff for them.
Yeah, no, I definitely would be down. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not turning down any blessings,
Yeah.
any bags. You know what I'm saying?
Could be another hustle for you.
Yeah, it could, because, you know, when you're serious about what you're doing, you're going to go in depth and try to take each thing to the next level. Like, I'm never competing with anybody else. I don't look at the other girls and be like, oh my gosh, my video has to be better than hers, or I have to come up with an idea better than hers, or nothing like that. I'm literally only competing with myself. I just want to be better than I was the last time.
There you go.
That's it.
The only person you're in competition with is yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like, you know, at the end of the day, you know, not on no cocky-ish, but you got to be confident. You know that you not only look good and sound good, but you understand the ins and outs of this business. And that's where you're going to rise above a lot of these other artists, because they don't take the time to learn anything other than how to be the rapper or the singer.
Exactly. It's the details. Like, it's more to making music than hopping on the mic or writing a song and going into the studio. Like, it's literally way more than that. If anybody thinks that it's just that, then they're not serious about their craft.
Facts, 100%, most definitely. So when did you really start transitioning to being more music rather than when you were little and you were doing the stuff that your mom wanted to do? Being more independent with it.
2020, definitely.
Yeah.
I feel like, and it's so crazy because, like, when I was in college, I would cry to him and tell him, like, I don't know what I want to do. Like, I feel like I've been always placed to do what I was doing.
Yeah.
Like, it was never I really want to do this, like, 100% and know this for myself. I was always, like, led to do the things that I was doing. And so that's why 2020 was such, like, a full circle moment for me, because it was, like, literally, like, God put in my soul, and that was the first moment where I felt like this is what I want to do. Like, don't nobody have to tell me to pick up a pen and write a song or book a studio session or nothing like that. I was like, you know, this is what I'm going to do, so we about to do it.
Yeah.
And my parents support me 100%.
No,
Like,
it's amazing.
with it being my choice, even though, you know, they had wanted it for me before, and I was like, no, don't want it for myself. But now, like, they still go hard behind me, even being that I decided to do music again.
Absolutely.
So I appreciate that.
So let me ask you this. Your parents were supportive then. They're supportive now.
Mm-hmm.
What would you say to them?
Oh, look at them. I know my mama is on the live.
Yeah. Hi. Absolutely. Look at this one right here. What would you say to them right now?
I would say thank you. Y'all are like, please don't make me emotional.
I don't mind. Listen, I'm super emotional. I cry like that.
I'm super blessed. Like, I wouldn't want God to give me any other parent.
You're gonna make me cry with you, girl. That's how women work. I feel like I'm tearing up already because I understand.
Yeah, like, definitely, like, super blessed. I wouldn't want it any other way.
Man, I'm gonna cry with you, girl. Listen, because you know why? It's really rare that you get people that genuinely see your vision.
Yes.
And that genuinely want to see you win.
Yeah.
It's rare. Even sometimes family doesn't want to see you win.
Tell me about it. Like, exactly. Like, it's I hear other people's stories and I'm just like, God, thank you. Like, literally thank you, because I couldn't imagine any other way.
Absolutely. And you have an extremely supportive significant other.
Yes. Shout out to him. Oh my gosh. Like,
yes. You guys are the prime example of what a relationship should be. He's there front and center supporting you at all your shows. He's here with you at the interview, man. Like,
yes.
That's what it's all about.
Yes, and I just want anybody who's watching to know, like, it's not always like that, and it doesn't, like, this, what we have right now, we work to have this. When we first started dating, our relationship was nothing like this, nothing like this, and I literally would pray on it, like, I saw him. He was like, "What made you stick with me?" I said, "God." I literally would pray on it, like, God, if I don't need to be with him, let me know.
Exactly.
Like, just tell me, like, give me a feeling in my gut.
Yeah.
Like, just tell me. So I'm like, and God, clearly.
Yeah.
you see how
All
it worked
these
out.
years later, you're
And
together.
exactly, and I'm blessed because if I would have left, I wouldn't have this right now. And
Yeah.
a lot of people don't have this.
Right.
Like even people in relationships, I see a lot of cap
Whole lot of
for the gram or stuff like that. Like, nah, anything we do on Instagram, this is how we are in real life. Like the stuff you see on the stories and all this stuff, this is really how we are with each other for real every day. People, my family, they'll be like, are y'all really like this? Like every day we're like,
yep, this is us. Because you get to a point where it's like you become almost like one.
well, we are like,
Yeah, you know.
you thinking, like he'll say what I'm thinking, like I'll be about to say it and he'll just say it and I'm like, wow.
You're so in tune with each other. And it comes to the point where you're like, you know what, I can never see myself with anybody else. This is my life partner.
Exactly. And I like, you'll think about it like,
Of course.
you'll think like, oh, could I ever see myself with somebody
Yeah.
else? And I'm like, that's how I feel like I know, like, no, this is the person for me because I really couldn't see it no other way.
Absolutely.
So that's how I know for sure, like, nah, this is my man.
This is my man. I'm sticking
Well,
with him.
my man. Thank you to my man.
Yes, look at him. Yo, that's so beautiful. Have you guys thought about doing something together, like maybe starting a podcast together or anything? Because you guys got an amazing personality together.
Well, he hates the camera. He says he's not media trained.
That's where you come in, girl.
He said he's
Train
gonna
your
say,
man.
Exactly. He said he's going to say anything.
Train your man.
But I do have a podcast. I have one. It's called For the Foe. For the Foe podcast, where I have like different artists or business owners on there from Richmond. I have put a pause on it because I'm trying to find a balance between like I'm trying to go hard being an artist, but the podcast I love doing that. Like I felt like of course I'm doing it for the people in my city, but when I stopped doing it, I realized like it was for me too. Like I actually enjoy talking to people about their experiences and getting different perspectives, and even, you know, being able to give the viewers different perspectives on things. I really enjoy that. So right now I'm really trying to find the balance in my life so that I can start that back up, because I'm like, before I was working with a group and they were like editing my videos and stuff like that, but I'm not working with them anymore, so I would have to do everything on my own because it's hard to find good help.
It is. It's really, really, really hard. And like you said, having that work-life balance. So it's like if you're having to focus on, okay, I'm filming the interviews, I'm editing them, when do I got time to be the artist as well?
Exactly.
And other things that you may be pursuing.
Yes, and I don't want to push. I don't want to push that to the side, but I definitely don't want to push this to the side, because when I make it in this, we're going to manifest. When I make it in this, then I'll be able to, you know, I'll be able to have a team that'll help me with that, rather than me trying to just do everything on my own. Because I feel like, you know, once you make it, that's when everybody want to act like they believe.
Listen, that's why I got a Batman. He's my right hand, man. Like, he's always there for me when I need him and gets all the footage, because he does things that I can't possibly do. And that's so important, and it's hard to find somebody that's going to be loyal to you. Maybe you guys could do like some vlogging or something together. Yeah,
no, I'd definitely be down. I was been supposed to start vlogging, but like life in Atlanta and life in Richmond is like completely different.
Yeah. Would you ever consider moving here?
We wanted to move here. Oh, sorry.
I think you should.
We wanted to move here so bad. We were actually wanted to move here in 2020, and then the pandemic hit. And
that's crazy.
Literally, like, so, you know, we were looking at apartments down here and stuff, but it was like only virtual tours. Like, you couldn't go into them and look at them. You don't listen, online they look amazing. When you drive through there, it looks like something from like Exactly. And I didn't want that. I was like, I don't want to virtually view something and then we pay and we move in and it's like, what is this? Yes, trust me. When I moved here, like that's what I was experiencing. Like I was looking at different apartments and stuff, and what they look like online, 9 times out of 10, they don't look nothing like that when you pull up. Exactly. They be trashy and junky, and you got to feel safe. Yeah, you know? I need to see the area that I'm going to be in. You know, it's little stuff like that. So we ended up getting our own place in Richmond. But no, I'd definitely be down to move here just because of the opportunities. Yeah. Like, it's more events for exposure. Yes.
Always something going on here.
Yeah, and it's people that come from everywhere that come here that you can get exposure to. Like the birthday bash is like, that's a super dope event. Like I commend y'all for putting those on, because a lot of independent artists in my city, we don't have stuff like that.
Really?
Well, okay, correction. We do have stuff like that now.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's not like when people come out, it's people from Richmond.
Yes.
When y'all have it, it's people from all
everywhere.
over. Exactly.
Yeah, they
and
travel.
That's the difference. Like I appreciate doing shows in Richmond because I do get exposure in my city.
Yeah.
But doing stuff like this, I appreciate it as well.
Absolutely.
You gain followers from Memphis, Tennessee,
Yes.
Florida. It's anywhere. New York too. Y'all have people from everywhere coming down here.
Philly
to
was
put
in
on
the
show.
building. Yeah.
And it's a dope show. Like the artists are really dope that y'all have performing.
Yeah.
It's the energy is different, and I really do like that.
Yeah, and I think the biggest thing that Bigga and I take pride in is actually not overbooking it, for one. Some of these showcases will book 50 artists and then let them do 3 songs each. I'm like, we ain't trying to be here till 4 in the morning.
Exactly.
Like, we want to like make sure people get in and out in a timely manner, but they still have a great experience. That makes a difference. So thank you for that. Thank you for the compliment, and thank you for being a part of our event multiple times.
Oh, of course, and that's what I meant to say. And the way that y'all speak and tell other artists to support other artists, that's super dope as well, because people don't do that. Like being that y'all, like when he hosted yours and when you hosted his, like y'all both were saying the same thing. Support the other artists. Do what you want somebody else to do for you. Like speak on it. Like literally speak on it.
Absolutely. And some people might get a little offended by that, but I don't care, because that's how it is. You can't stand outside all night and then expect people to support you when you get on stage.
Exactly.
You know, you might need to take a little break or something, but you need to be there front and center and support these artists.
Yeah, because you want the same thing for you, and you never know who you finna see. You never know what type of connection you could make, or you might hear somebody, you could be like, oh, I could hear them on this song that I got. Like you never know. You never know.
Absolutely. Yeah, and that's a big thing, and let's talk about that. Have you collabed with artists outside of your city yet?
Not yet.
So that's what we got to work on.
Yes, no, definitely. I feel like people be scared to approach me.
I mean,
I don't know why. Like
I'm gonna tell you why. Coming from another female, and not in a bad way, you are very attractive. Number one, and a lot of women get intimidated by that because they don't want to be around another woman who they feel like maybe looks a little better than them. But you're very assertive. You're about your business, and honestly, that intimidates a lot of people, men and women.
Yeah, and that's so crazy because like my very first videographer I ever had, he told me like after we shot a couple videos, he told me, he was like, "You're intimidating."
Yeah, you are.
But I'm super nice.
No,
like, I'm super nice, so it was just shocking because I'm like, how? Like I really can. Like I'm really the sweetest person ever. I say you cross me, but I'm super nice, so. I always tell people like, just reach out, I'm not gonna bite. I'm not stuck up. I'm not finna be like, ugh, like, you know what I'm saying?
Not at all. You have a beautiful like energy and personality, and I've definitely learned that from the times I've been around you. You're engaging on social media. All that stuff matters.
Thank you.
But I think it is just at a first glance, people are like, dang, she's a boss. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that intimidates people who are not about their business. But that's a good thing because it keeps the wrong ones away from you.
Yes, that's a fact. That is a fact. That's you speaking the truth.
Yeah, we going to church today. Well,
yes, Sunday on a Saturday.
Yeah, no, for real. How would your family feel about you moving here?
I'm an only child, so my mama probably would. She barely even wanted me to move out in Richmond. I'm like, she's like, you never come and see me. I'm like, Mama, I see you all the time. Like, she like, you pop up on me. I'll pop up to get something from her at work or something like that. So I see her. She would hate that. She probably would try to move down here too.
Bring her. Come on, Montukes.
Literally, like I know she hates that. She's super like, she loves me hard.
Yeah.
She loves me hard. My dad, he probably wouldn't like it either, but he isn't as vocal about his feelings to me. Like, I feel like he'll tell my mom. Yeah. But he won't tell me, like, no. But he'll tell her.
But no matter how old you get, you're always going to be their baby.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Always. Like, I was 39, I think, when I moved here. Mm-hmm. In my entire 39 years, I lived within maybe like a 10 or 15 mile radius of my parents. Do you know they gave me a hard time when I moved here? Like, you're leaving us? I'm like, I gave you 39 years. Let me go. Like, let me flourish. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, that's just how it is, though.
It is.
I don't know yet, but one day I will know what that feels like, and I'll probably be like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have been a sign at my mama when she complains about me not coming to see her or being too far away.
Yeah, you're their baby.
Yeah, I feel like I'm gonna get it back. You know, it's gonna come back around to me, the karma. Bad karma.
So you've been doing music more on a professional level since about 2020, right?
Yes.
Have you released any albums or EPs during that time?
Yes. My first project that I released when I started doing music back in 2020 is called The Return.
Okay.
And then I did another project called You Welcome. And then I did another one called The Faux Tape. And my most recent project is called From the Vault.
Okay.
And I dropped that, I think, at the end of June. Yeah.
So let me ask you this. It's titled From the Vault. Mm-hmm. Is it because you chose some songs you already had in the vault to put that project together?
Yes.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's
it's literally
dope.
From the vault. And then I feel like, my name is Hunna, so it's all like,
yeah.
It's the vibe. It coincides.
That is dope because oftentimes as artists, you have so many songs in the vault that never get released, and you're like, man, that was a great song. So I love the fact that you didn't necessarily just create a bunch of new music when you already got some dope music in the vault that the world needs to hear.
Yes. Like, and I feel like the title From the Vault, I had came up with that, I think, back before I had released my second project coming back, which was You Welcome. But
I like that too.
He came up with the name for that.
You welcome. I'm giving you some good
welcome.
music. You welcome.
Yeah. He definitely came up with the name for
I
that.
like that.
He was like, You Welcome, and I was like, nah, that's dope.
It is dope.
We're gonna keep that.
Yeah.
So, but I was like, From the Vault, it just didn't fit my previous projects. Like the Faux Tape, I was like going hard on that because I felt like I had something to prove. I felt like people were doubting me.
Yeah.
Or they were like, not taking me as serious because I am a female, and I feel like it's so, like, I love my city, but I feel like when you're a female artist, I don't fit what they. How do I say this in a kind of way? Like, people are attracted to different things, I would say. I'm serious about what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And I don't look down upon anybody.
Of course.
Anybody else in my city who's doing what they're doing. But I feel like certain people get certain eyes. I don't really know why. I can't really give a reason. I'm really trying to explain this.
I think it comes back to people be intimidated, and what I feel is that people they want to kind of box us in. Yeah. Like, okay, you're dope, but I only want to see you go this far.
Yeah.
I don't want to see you go this far.
Yeah, and I just don't get it. I don't get it because I'm like, when people blow up, that's when everybody want to say, oh, I knew you were going to make it. I knew you were going to make it. But when you're trying to get the support from from individuals in your city, it's like, I would want to work with artists in my city.
Yeah.
But it'd be a lot of hate. That's what I'm going to say. That's how, respectfully, it'd be a lot of hate going on. And I'm not a hater. No. So I don't want to be surrounded by that negative energy.
No.
I'm down to work with anybody, but it's a vibe. Like, when I met you, I automatically could tell, like, nah, you're a vibe. Your energy is pure. Like, you aren't no, hating
nah,
person.
I don't have a hater bone in my body, like, as they say.
It doesn't give that. It doesn't give that. But with other people that I have come across, like, it just gives, you don't want to see anybody surpass you. But I'm like, if it's meant to be for you, it's going to be for you.
100%.
Like, even if it's not when you want it to be.
Yeah.
So why try to knock the next person? Like, I'm not finna block nobody blessings, just like I'm not finna block mine.
Absolutely.
Like, if you dope, you dope. If you hard, you hard. Like, don't try to just mess with somebody, because that's what it is. Because, like, they mess with people, like, from where they're from, like the exact location, like the north side, the south side,
right.
the east. You know what I'm saying? Like, stuff like that. Like, I'll make a song with somebody from the south side, I'm from the East, you know what I'm saying? I'm not finna just support somebody because they're from my exact location, and I'm not going to not support somebody because they're from another part.
Right.
You
Absolutely.
know what I mean? Like, and that's what I feel like it's a lot of. That's what I was trying to say. Respectfully.
Yeah. No, absolutely. You know, there's a lot of, there's not enough unity, it sounds like.
Yeah. Like,
And you shouldn't be required to lower your vibrations to fit in with what other people expect from you.
exactly, because that's never been me. Like, if it's a room that I feel like I'm not wanting in, I'm going to leave the room.
Nah, for real. Bye.
Yeah.
You it sounds like you know how to read a room. You walk in and you can read that room and figure out what the energy is. And like you said, if the vibrations and the energy and the vibes aren't there, leave.
Yeah. Like, nah, I don't want to be anywhere where I'm not wanted at.
I posted something about that the other day. I'm like, go where you're celebrated and not tolerated.
That's the word. Yes.
Yes, absolutely. And I feel that happens a lot to us women in this music industry.
Yes. And never lower your standards.
Yeah.
Like, if your standards, let your standards be your standards. Don't ever let anybody make you feel like you're thinking too high or you're thinking too big. Like, if you feel like you can do that, then you can do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's when your circle becomes smaller and smaller and smaller, because you start weeding those people out, weeding them people out. You know, like, nope, I can't deal with this person because they don't Envy is real.
Yes.
Hate is real.
Yes.
Hate comes from the people you don't know. Envy comes from the people you do know.
Exactly.
And envy, boy, it's vicious.
Exactly. And somebody will try to put on a mask, but it'll always end up coming off.
Absolutely.
Like, the truth will always reveal itself. And then, you know, when the truth reveals itself, then people are like, well, why don't you mess with me anymore? Like, come on now. Like, let's not play dumb. Like, people love to play dumb after they do something wrong. And then they try to act like they never did anything. But it's like accountability. Like,
Listen, people are so corny with that.
that's so whack.
I hope he's watching this. I had a dude that he was a videographer from Tampa. After I moved here, like, he stopped engaging with me on social media. He stopped talking to me, this, that, and the third. And so I unfollowed him. If you're not engaging with me and whatever.
That's weird. What are you doing?
How about he jumped in my DM talking about, why did you unfollow me? I said, bro, you know why. Like, you don't.
Yes.
I'm over here liking all your stuff, commenting, and it's been like 3-4 years, and you ain't, like, touched none of my stuff. Don't question me. You know why I unfollowed you.
Yeah.
That's corny.
Literally, like, that's so whack. Like, people do whack stuff, lame stuff, and then they sit around and, like, try to talk about you as if you're the bad person.
Right. Make you the victim.
They try to play the victim.
I'm sorry. And make you the villain.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
The villain, like, and it's like, you know exactly what you did to me. But I'm not the type of person to be like, oh, no. No, they did. Like, you know what you did. Like,
no, for real.
God knows what you did.
That's right.
So,
exactly. Let God handle it.
Exactly. And when people do bad things to good people, it never ends out up well for
Karma
them.
gets them. You let karma handle that.
100%.
Let God handle it. Let karma handle that.
100%. I never go. People love to get their lip back. My lip gonna come back regardless, and it ain't gotta come from me.
I love her attitude. I love her energy, and that's what it's all about. Is just standing your ground.
Yeah,
you have to, absolutely. So the most recent project you put out is called From the Vault.
Mm-hmm.
How long has it been out?
Since the end of June.
Oh, so it's brand new.
Yes.
Okay.
It's super new.
I got to make sure I go listen to it from front to back.
Please, it's good. I put, like, me and my engineer, T. Will, he also produces a lot of my songs.
Okay, that's dope.
The single from the project is called Showstopper. He produced that. We've been working on this project since last year. Probably since the end of 2022.
Okay, so you've been taking your time with it.
Yeah, because, like, I'm a perfectionist.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm my own biggest critic.
Yeah.
So, you know, you'll listen to something, I feel like if I can't listen to it over and over again and still love it, then it could be better.
Absolutely. No, you're right. And let me ask you this. When you are picking and choosing, whether it be the next single that you're putting out or something that's going on in the project, how many times do you listen to a song before you decide? Take a guess.
Like, literally, before my projects drop, all of them, like, I probably have heard each song over 100 times. Probably.
Yeah.
I would say, because, like, that's literally the process. Like, whether it's the final version or not, like, I'll listen to the rough, I guess we would call it like a rough draft, I guess. The rough draft versions, you know, I'll take note about what I need to go into the studio and do to make it better.
Yeah.
And I'll go in there and I'll do it, like, when I go to the studio, I don't BS. Like, we don't play around. Like, we literally work the whole time.
Yeah.
So.
Do you have a setup at the house where you can record yourself, or do you prefer to be in the studio?
I prefer to be in the studio. I normally write my music at home.
Okay.
So I go into the studio already with my music written. I already know the delivery, everything I'm gonna say. So I literally just have to go in there and just lay down.
So let me ask you this: being that you write all your music, obviously that helps time-wise when you're in the studio because you got it ready to go. How else does that help you? Being a woman, you get to pour your emotions out, write it down. How does that help you?
I feel like, especially.
Her little laugh.
I'll go through something with people, and I'll put it in my music, and it's so crazy because my old engineer, he literally, I think I had went into the studio and I had rapped, but he came to listen to my one of my projects. It was a faux tape. When it had dropped, he had came to the listening party.
Yeah.
He didn't engineer those songs. He
Okay.
engineered my other songs. T. Will did the faux tape. So my old engineer had came to my listening party, and he was listening to the intro song, and he was like, hold on, I know exactly what you're talking about. So, like, real life situations that I go through, I put them in my music.
Yeah.
I don't go back and forth with people.
It's almost like a safe space where you can let it out and you can vent,
Yeah.
but you're not, like you said, going back and forth. Just put it in your music.
Yeah. And I feel like, people be like, if it's not directed, it's not respected. But it's like, you're not about to get any clout off of me.
No,
like,
absolutely.
Well, especially if you did me wrong, you know who you are. So
Right.
that means it is directed.
Absolutely. And it allows other people to relate with you because even if they don't know that exact scenario that you're talking about, what you're talking about, they can potentially relate.
Exactly.
And that's what, to me, makes timeless music is when you have people who can actually relate to what you're saying.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. I agree 100%.
So for the people who have not heard your music, what do you want them to get? What do you want them to feel when they tune in and hear it for the first time?
I feel like my focus has been, I really write. Like, I really write. Like, it's not no BS. I'm not talking about my kitty and sex and all of this stuff. Like, I'm really spitting bars. Like, that's what I want.
Definitely do.
Thank you. That's what I want people to know. Like, if you're going to listen to my music, don't expect to hear the basics of what you always hear.
Yeah.
Like, from others. Like, you're going to really hear rap. Like, I'm really rapping. I really pick my beats. That's super important to me. The beat is super important to me. If I can't vibe with the beat, then I can't write the song. I just want y'all to know, like, I really have bars. I really push my own pen. Don't nobody give me any lines that I say. Like, I'm not, some people have somebody, they'll write one little line for them. Like, no, like, literally nobody hears my song until I'm done. So all of the ideas, everything that's said, everything is literally me. And it's my experiences and stuff that I went through. So hopefully you'll be able to relate to some of the things.
Absolutely. And they will. They will. What is your creative process? Do you typically hear a beat and then build around it? Or do you, have a hook maybe already in your head and go find a beat that matches it? What's that process like?
So I'll search for beats. I do have people send me beats too.
Yeah.
So send me some beats. Send me some beats if you're watching. You're a producer. Send me some beats. But no, I'll look for beats, and when I find a beat, it's like automatically, like, I'll probably catch a little tune or something, like, of how I know the hook is gonna be. Like, the hook is like the easiest part for me.
Yeah.
So right. And once I write the hook, it's like we just spitting from there. But I feel like I like my hooks to be catchy, like to get stuck in your head.
Yes.
Like, that's super important for me. Like, it has to get stuck in my head. It has to be something that's like a vibe. Like, it's, you know what I'm saying?
No, absolutely. Because I think with anybody that's not an artist and they're a fan of music, that's typically what they remember the most is the hook.
Exactly. Like, you'll hear, even to this day, like, we'll go somewhere and you'll hear a song that you might not have heard in years, but you'll know the hook.
Yes.
Even if you forgot the verse, you'll know the hook.
Absolutely.
So, the hook is like probably like one of the most important parts to me. But I love my verses to have bars in them, like similes, metaphors, stuff like that. Like, I like stuff like that. I'm a huge fan of like Wayne and stuff. So, I like stuff like that. It's and I'm not a Wayne. No, not trying to say that. But I like bars. I don't like mediocre.
Yeah, of course not.
Like, you know, you can tell if something's right. I'm serious about. I'm so serious.
I can tell.
I'm so serious about what I do. So when I hear certain stuff, it's just like careless.
Yeah, it is.
But people be loving it, and I'm just like,
listen, I know I came from an era where music was very lyrical.
Yes, you had to have the bars.
You had to come with it.
Yes, if you didn't come with it, you weren't making it.
Nowadays, they let anything fly. Like, they're literally talking, not all of them, no shade, but a lot of these young artists are talking about absolutely nothing.
Nothing.
Just because it rhymes, they'll put it out there, and then they don't even rap on beat. What's that about?
I don't get it.
I don't get it either.
I don't get it. And you're right, though. Just because it rhymes, they'll say it. Like, they'll say something and just say the next word, the next lyrics just because it rhymes. And it's like, this has nothing to do with anything. Like, what are we even talking about?
The whole song, none of it makes sense.
But but they love it, though. They'll be the audience, the people, they love it. And I'm just like, I just don't get it. Like, when are we gonna get back to the real rap? Like, this is hip hop. It's rap. Like, this is not Kids Bop.
No, absolutely. And we just celebrated 50 years of hip hop. We got to get back to the roots of it.
Yes, like, it's just not giving. I'm just like, it's very mediocre, very childish, very no longevity in the songs. Like, when my kids are 20 years old, this is not gonna last till then. Like, it's literally music that came out when I was a child or in my parents' era that I know. Like,
yes.
To this day, music is not like that anymore.
Absolutely.
Like, that sucks.
I agree. What is one of your favorite lines from one of your songs?
I feel like I be saying this in here. In Showstopper, I'm like, walk in the room and they see that I'm styling. They freeze like the mannequin challenge. Dripped out. Gallons. Bitches say, don't me got feelings of malice. Underdog, I've been underrated, but most of all, I feel I'm underestimated. Like, why are y'all sleeping on me? I don't get it.
I know that's right. Giving, yes, ma'am. I love it. Listen, and I love how he supports you, too. That's so dope.
Yeah, he does me hard. He like, yeah, why they sleeping on me?
That's my baby over there. Yeah, you heard it. Yeah, that's dope. Which of all your songs that you've either released or haven't released, which one's the most personal for you?
Definitely. Wow, I know exactly what song. It's from my first project. Well, not my first project. My first project back, The Return. Last Chance. I literally started crying in the studio when I was recording it. It's about our relationship, like the stuff we done went through.
Yeah.
In the beginning and stuff, like I told y'all, it wasn't always peaches and cream.
Of course.
So if you want to hear about the non-peaches and cream, then go listen to The Return. If you want the tea.
I'm going to listen to it as soon as I leave here.
It's all in there. Like, this is the tea. But Last Chance, like, that was basically, I was rapping about, I was singing. I wasn't rapping. I was singing about, like, this is your last chance. Like, literally. Like, if you mess up this time, it's a wrap.
I love the fact that you put it into your music, because guess what? There's going to be a lot of other women or maybe even men who are going to relate to that, because you go through stuff in relationships and you have to finally stand your ground. Because I know we as women, no shade to the fellas, but we be giving men a lot of chances.
Yes, ladies. And some men don't deserve chances.
No.
Like, every man is not going to be the man that's going to be your final person.
That's right.
Like, some people are just there to teach you lessons along your journey. Like, you can be with this individual and you can learn what you don't want in a person, in a partner. So don't keep giving chances to a F boy. I don't know, to an F boy, because just because you feel really attached, like, what you want is not always what's best for you.
No, absolutely right. You are just like when you said that God intervened with the other situation. You went to school, you couldn't find employment after you did all this school. It's because God knew that wasn't for you.
Yes. So if you see a red flag, believe the red flag.
Believe it. Believe your gut, your instinct, women's intuition, all that.
Yeah, let them go. And I just feel like nowadays, a lot of women, they dating guys for money.
Yes.
And stuff like that. Like,
there's a whole lot of that going on.
At the end of the day, money is not going to make you happy.
No.
Like, you could have all of the material things in the world, like, but doesn't equate to happiness. Like, when you're 60, 70 years old and you looking at the person next to you, it's like
you sick of them.
Where did my life go?
Yes. And it becomes a vicious cycle because women want men for money and men know that. So that's why they treat women a certain way because they're like, well, they only want me for my money. So I'm going to treat them like they're a,
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like it becomes a vicious cycle.
Exactly.
It's crazy.
And a lot of men, they feel entitled to do things that they do to women because they are the ones providing for them.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So get your own bag. Don't ever let, because if a guy leave you and you end up, aid out, can I cut?
You can say whatever you want, my love.
And you end up assed out, get your own bag. That's whack.
Facts. You don't want to never depend on anybody else. And people have hard times and they might need a little help. But don't make it a permanent thing.
Yeah, even when you're in a relationship, some people will feel like, oh no, I see the conversation when people talk about how the man's supposed to pay every single thing.
I don't agree with that at all.
And I'm just like, come on now, that's not realistic. Y'all are looking at these celebrity individuals and trying to base y'all relationships off of what they got going on.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Don't do that.
No.
Don't do that at all, because at the end of the day,
ladies, it's okay to do it 50-50. I promise you.
It is okay to do it 50-50. And it might not always be 50-50. Sometimes it might be 60-40.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But do what you can.
Yeah, as long as this is your person, as long as they got you. I never looked at my man and was like, oh, he doesn't have this. He doesn't have that. My man is super ambitious. He knows what he wants. He knows what he wants to do. He has goals. Some of these dudes, they don't be having no goals.
None.
You know what I'm saying? So if you with somebody who has goals, just because they might not be at their final destination, don't leave them because of that.
No, stay and help uplift them. Help them get to their destination.
Y'all can come from the bottom together. They don't have to start at the top and then you come along. Nah, y'all come from the bottom.
No, for real. That's why I think you guys should have a podcast together.
Yes, look, he over there weak. My man said he's not media trained. He hates the camera.
Now, you guys have a dope vibe, and I love the fact that you probably had some adversity through your relationship. You went through some trials, but you worked through that.
Yes.
And here you are today.
Yes.
I love it. That's beautiful.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. So tell everybody one more time the project, where it's available.
From the Vault, it's available on all streaming platforms. You can follow me on all social media at the OG Hunna. Hunna is HUNNA. And just go stream my project. Please stream it, listen to it, take the time out, comment on some Instagram pictures. If you are an artist or a producer and you want to work, don't hesitate to DM me. Sometimes my DMs go to the general or go to the request
side.
Yeah, so comment under a picture or something because I might not see it because I be forgetting to check.
Me too. I miss a lot. I hate that I do that.
Yeah, so comment under a picture hey, check your DM. Do something like that. But yeah, you can find From the Vault on all streaming platforms. So
most definitely.
Tap in with it.
I know you have a lot of people that love you, support you. Who do you want to shout out to?
I just want to shout out my whole family, my mama, my daddy, my man. And literally my whole family. Y'all know exactly who y'all are. Swan, my hairstylist. You a part of my family, so I hope she knows that.
Yeah.
So yeah, literally, I could call names, but my family is big. Sydney, my cousin Sydney, she's like my assistant. I told her when I make it, she gonna be my assistant.
Okay,
my cousin.
That's cute. That's
she already got her. She already got her spot.
Like people have a momager, you have a assistant.
Yeah,
that's dope.
I love her down. She helps. She's the one. She's behind the scenes, at my shoots and stuff, making sure I'm good.
Yes.
Laying out my jewelry for me while I'm getting my hair done. she doesn't complain about anything. She never gives a vibe she doesn't want to do something. So yeah, big shout out to her. So yeah.
Definitely. Last but not least, we're live. Industry's Most Wanted podcast.
Wanted.
Shout out to Hunna in the building. Go ahead and tell everybody what makes you the industry's most wanted.
I'm different. I'm an outlier. I'm not competing with anybody else. I stand in the room and I'm not like anybody who I'm in the room with. I promise you, just talk to me.
Yes, she's a whole vibe. I've got to experience being around her a few times. She definitely is the industry's most wanted. Well, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Of course, it was a pleasure.
Great.
No, absolutely. I love, because I feel like it's more like a conversation.
Yes, I love this.
Me too. Maybe we should do a podcast together.
Ooh, Would y'all want to see that?
Hey, we can have a girl talk. You know what I'm
Literally
saying?
a girl talk. Because Tampa know the vibes.
Nah, for real. Absolutely. We up out of here, y'all.
Turn heads, but we don't see the same faces. And when money come, I go hard, never complacent. Need wealth for generations. I prefer health for generations. Came to the realization ain't built like me. Real bitch, they niggas.